What is good, everyone? You know the drill. The games I've been playing this last month, and I invite you to share the games you've been playing and enjoying down below. First up, Nier Automata. I've only finished the first ending on this replay. I played it back in 2017. Favorite game of the year back then, and it's still incredible. Coming back to it now with a bit more life experience, I'm appreciating it in a little bit different way. I don't understand the story anymore. It's crazy. I'm going to have to watch a lore video to understand it, but the feeling of this game still hits so well. If you haven't played it, this is one of those few games where you have to experience all of the endings, the true ending, to really understand and appreciate what this game is. And that's all I'll say. No more spoilers. The biggest thing that is sticking with me on this replay, other than the buttery smooth gameplay, awesome world building, it's the music. The main theme just is stuck in my head. I keep singing it, and for whatever reason, it's matching the feeling of life right now. It's a little ethereal, a little nostalgic. It's not just background filler. It lives in the world, and when you hear it, you're transported. And I honestly have just left the game running to kind of hear it, maybe while cleaning up my desk or something like that. Shout out to the demo for this game. That's the only way I really knew about it. Back in the day before the release, they had a demo where you could play through the whole prologue. I played through the demo, recorded it, put it on the second channel, and I was blown away. I thought, if this is just the demo, the full game is going to be insane. And sure enough, it was. It's one of the all-time greats now, and I want to try and do more of that this year. Find demos, play them. If they're great, showcase them here and encourage you to play, because we all know a game can feel so different than it looks. It's the unique part of the medium, and playing this game feels incredible. So I'm hoping to look and find a few more of those this year. Next up, no surprise if you caught the last Dual-Com episode, I've been addicted to SSX3. It's not just a snowboarding game. It really is like the roots of Forza Horizon, long before that existed. You've got an open mountain. The vibes are perfect. You basically shred down to whatever event that you want to. They've got a radio station, EA Radio, blasting while you tear down the peak in one big seamless run. It's peak early 2000s gaming energy. I absolutely love it, and I've talked about it too much. So if you've been watching the channel, you get it. When a game clicks with you, even after all these years, that's something special. I've been trying a few other PlayStation 2 games like Ape Escape 2, Hot Shots Golf 3. That game was a big family game for me growing up. We would play hours. You can take turns, everybody gets to play around, and there's something so therapeutic still about the simplicity of PlayStation 2. It gets the laid back, let's just have fun right now kind of energy, and it's a nice contrast to how dense and big and serious modern games can be. If you're short on time, if you're looking for just that perfect session fun, the system rocks. And the PCSX2 emulator, if you own some of these old games but just have a PC, it's a great way to play. I'm on real hardware, but the emulator can do so many things like widescreen patches and upgrades and new mods and just crazy cool things that the community continues to do. So that was the beginning of the month, but the last few weeks have been totally blown up with the Oblivion Remaster and Expedition 33. I put about 5 hours into each of them. Both games are phenomenal, and I honestly wish I had more time to sink into them. Oblivion, Bethesda somehow was able to keep the jank with nicer visuals. It's a lot of fun. You may not like the janky Bethesda magic. I get that. There are times when the NPCs walk into the walls or people get clipped into one another and you're just sort of like, okay, what am I doing here? But it's that same game with nicer visuals and lighting. And then Expedition 33 is probably going to be my game of the year. I'll leave my impressions video for both of these linked either on screen or down below. Awesome games, good Game Pass timing right now. Feels like Xbox is kind of landing a little bit of a moment here. And I'm going to be playing 33 in Oblivion for the next few months. It's really nice. Didn't think either of these would be on my radar as much. Then a quick side tangent. As we get closer to summer, my time has been less and less about gaming and more about getting outside and riding my bike. Spring is here. Trails are finally drying up. no broken ankle this year, so most of my spare time I'm trying to get outside, enjoy this and just have a fun season all together and stay active a little bit more than the last few years. Gaming has been more about where can I fit in a little slot to put 30 minutes or 40 minutes down. Speaking of which, I recently got a few hours on Final Fantasy VII on an old PSP that I have with an IPS screen mod. This thing is amazing. I've had it since I was a kid, and if you want to find little 20-minute pockets to play, handheld gaming on a dedicated device like this is perfect. If you really look at how much time you spend scrolling social media or shorts or whatever, and you cut all of that out, all of a sudden there are little pockets where you can fit 20 or 30 minutes of gaming. And on the road trip, there'd be little bumpers before the next event or before going to bed where I'd just pull the PSP out, and it was wonderful. FF7 is still one of the best JRPGs of all time. The gameplay, the writing, the pacing, and it will never get old to me. Being able to play a PlayStation 1 game on a handheld. That seems ridiculous in a world where we have obviously Steam Decks and soon to be the Switch 2 and handheld hardware that is so phenomenal. But kind of living through PS1 and PS2 and getting to experience the PSP growing up, it still is this insane novelty that you can play on the go, these full PlayStation 1 games. And it's a lot of fun. And last but not least, I finally beat The Legend of Dragoon. I made a whole video about it, I'll leave it linked, but what a journey. I've been playing it in little 20-minute chunks before bed since mid-December. It started as, well, I'll just test this PlayStation 1 save that I had when I was younger, and the next thing I knew, I was kind of all in. And seeing it through to the end was both satisfying and kind of emotional. This was a childhood game that was a huge mountaintop, you know? Beating it when I was younger was huge, and now waiting all these years and doing it again as an adult, it let me reflect on how I used to experience games versus how I do now. Kind of like when you hear a song that you really enjoyed, maybe from like your teens or when you were younger or whatever, and it can bring back a lot of those emotions and feelings that you had from that time. Still a clunky game in spots, but the charm, it's there, and I'm glad I saw it through to the end. If there's any theme for the last month, it's been vibe over volume. I'm not rushing to finish everything. I'm playing whatever I sort of feel like, letting it be, not putting a ton of pressure to finish things or tick off a bunch of backlog boxes. That's what I've been playing. What have you been working through? Drop it in the comments down below. I'll be back soon with more. Hope everybody has a great week. Thank you for watching, and I will see you again very soon.